If you read the title of this video, you probably didn't know this about me, so allow me to explain. On this channel, I've done videos explaining the history of a few branch lines, like the Boonton branch and the Northern branch. But why are these quote-unquote secondary lines so important? And why do I like them so much? Well, let me tell you what a branch line even is first. A branch line is a secondary line that branches off a trunk line, otherwise known as a main line, of a railroad. Branch lines compared to the main line and other important lines see less traffic and, depending on where you are, receive less ridership in terms of commuter rail and has less customers in terms of freight rail. Also, depending where you are, there may be less of a city climate or even suburbia on a branch line. A good example of a branch line is the Waterbury branch on Metro North's New Haven line. The main line sees upwards of 40 trains a day or more, including Amtrak, while the Waterbury branch only receives 11 total round trips a day. Branch lines can be identified as little stub lines that don't connect to anywhere else in most cases, but there are some branch lines, like the Long Island Railroad Central branch, that are merely just seen as shuttle lines or connector lines. The Central branch has no stations, as it mainly connects the Ronkonkoma line with the Babylon line. A similar case is with the MBTA's Wildcat branch. It also has no stations and is mainly seen as a bridge line, connecting the Haverhill line with the Lowell line. Connecting branch lines like these exist with a good amount of commuter lines around the world, and in some cases, they even have their own stations. Speaking of stations, the main line has to have a station that connects to a branch line. For example, Bridgeport on the New Haven line, and Summit on the New Jersey Transit Morristown line. Anyway, let's get back to the point. Why do I like branch lines so much? Well, there's this charm to them that people don't really see. It's like an escape from the busy rush hour traffic on the main line that leaves you in a quiet suburban or rural community with little to offer other than empty roads and the sound of nature. Sure, you might see the same trains over and over, but sometimes it's calming that trains don't have to constantly destroy stations with their loud horns every 10 minutes. Branch lines may be way less frequent than a main line, but sometimes it's better to kick back and relax on a less frequent and slower line with amazing scenery and much quieter communities. The branch line on my local commuter rail, New Jersey Transit, is one of my favorites in America. It's called the Gladstone branch and features basically everything that I just said. Less frequent most of the time, tiny stations in the middle of nowhere, quiet rural towns, and quiet enough electric trains that are still kicking it at 50 years old. Also, the scenery on the branch is pretty neat, I must say. The Gladstone branch terminates in a small rural town with a lot to see and really nice people. Also, another neat thing about commuter rail branch lines is that they can have direct connections to big cities most of the time, although some are merely just seen as shuttle trains with no direct access to a big city or its metro area whatsoever. Anyway, the point is, I like branch lines because in my opinion, they're less appreciated and are hidden gems in a commuter rail system. They're a nice break from constant express trains blasting through busy stations every few minutes. They can also be a lifeline to those tiny rural communities because without them, well, the people would have to deal with the cruel traffic of big cities. That's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Just really need to ramble about stuff. I am doing a video on another form of branch line soon enough, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, thanks for watching another short video. See you next time and have a good day.